Welcome back from that quick break. If you just joined us, there's still Breakfast Daily Weekend, and we're about to have a very interesting conversation now. I'm quite excited about this because, I mean, if you've been following us here at ChannelOne TV, and we've been talking about the literacy challenge, and we've talked about the fact that, look, this is the time that the youth need to take up challenging roles or share their thoughts on how to shape Ghana's future. What are we talking about? We are talking about the 15th Sage National High School Entrepreneurship Championship. That's why I'm excited about it. And joining me in the studio this morning to have that conversation are two beautiful ladies and a gentleman. I have with me Adelaide Mantebia Mante. She's a team lead WeGrow, and also Wunam Abdul Aziz. She's also a team lead at WeGrow. And I have Confidence Mausi, head of PR here at Sage. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Thank you.
How are you doing though? It's a beautiful Saturday morning.
Yeah, we're good.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we are.
Right. Let me start off with you, Mausi. As the PR for Sage, one may be watching and wondering, what is Sage? Even saying Sage, what is it?
Okay, thank you very much. So SAGE just is an acronym, stands for Students for Advancement of Global Entrepreneurship. Now, the name just said two things right, students and then entrepreneurship. So we focus on teenagers. I mean, teenagers can be found in high school, mostly in Ghana. And then we try to, bring the spirit of entrepreneurship out of them. We do this through the competition. And that was what happened in the University of Ghana Business School last Saturday. We had 10 schools this time coming to compete with their business ideas. Now, you want to ask, we don't just call for business ideas. There's a very strict line processes. So there is mentorship, where teachers go to these schools to mentor the students. It comes with different variations, if you like. Now, they would have business advisors in their school. They will put their projects over time. There's a regional competition, and then we have the national competition. So if you like, what happened last week on Saturday at the University of Ghana Business School was just these students coming up with these innovative ideas. Students from St. Louis, students from APAM SHS, Ghana National, and then Aburi girls here with these beautiful innovations, and then I'm sure they're going to talk more about that.
Most definitely.
Now, it doesn't end there. Let me just add really quick. What happens is that once they win the national competition, Sage is a global thing. So there's Sage Nigeria, Sage Kenya, Sage Japan. We have the world tournament, and the winner just represents Ghana there. But before that, there's what we call incubation, where the students build the ideas over time, and then partners come in on board and then help us. So that's just what Sage is about.
Wow. Now, how many schools participated in the competition?
So this 15th stage, we have 10 schools, if you like. So, I mean, I know St. Louis won a prize, and then Ghana National and APAM. And we had Tema Technical Institute. They had a very beautiful project. And most of these projects the students came up with were very unique. Now, I call the acronym T, because this time we were focused on technology, agriculture, I mean, if you like something like this, and then environmental sustainability events. And we had a junior high school too. So we have the junior league in Sage, where junior high schools too can compete. They came up with a beautiful idea on a smoke detector. You'd want to see these students really doing amazing with that. So, yeah.
Wow. They're actually making smoke detectors here in Ghana?
Yeah, I mean, just basic students,
I mean, yes,
DHS students. And then you see, just let me come, they will talk about their projects. But even with this, it's something around agriculture, but very innovative. You can see electronics on sand here too. They will talk more about that, and it's interesting to know.
That's beautiful. And it's interesting to see how over time we've accepted STEM, we've accepted entrepreneurship, and then innovations. And kudos to you and the whole team. Now, ladies, let me come. I'll come back to you again, but let me come to the ladies. I mean, the winners.
Yeah.
The reigning champions. Beposo Hai.
Yamene
Beposo Hai.
Hene.
Okay, good morning again. Now, let me ask you, as the winners of this year's Sage High School Entrepreneurship Competition, how do you feel about it?
I feel very happy because we know that we are going to make a global impact, and it starts from now.
Beautiful. How about
We
you?
actually put a lot of hard work into this, and this is a very typical illustration of the saying, hard work pays. So we are very, very glad to have been the winners of this Sage competition.
I like the fact that you mentioned you put in a lot of hard work. How was the preparation process for you, like knowing that you were competing with other equally very good schools? How was the preparation process like for you?
All right, so we already had ideas put down. But we had more problems with the building because we're girls, and then it's not really, it's a bit of a limitation in terms of doing work like carpentry, plumbing, you know, all of this that we did, it was like our own efforts. And then when it came to getting the right materials, we had to do a lot of test trials before we could actually come up with the final product for the competition.
Wow. How difficult or easy was it for you?
For me, it was really difficult because combining this with our studies was something very tough because we learn more of the theory in class. We don't get to practice it, so applying it without, you know, external help was difficult.
And how much time did you have to do all of these to prepare for the final competition, which happened on Saturday?
A lot, because we started, the idea came about November 2023, and building started December 2023, so that's a lot.
No, how much time for the whole preparation for Saturday's, last Saturday's finale? How much time did you have?
We had all of our softwares ready. Our website was almost done, but our building was like 0% complete. And we had about 2 to 3 weeks meeting deadlines. We couldn't even get to meet some of our mentors. So we had someone from Sage coming somewhere around 2 weeks to the competition. And we had to correct all of the things that were a bit of a mistake in our entire setup for the competition. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a lot for you girls to have gone through and come out as winners. Anyway, you've done so well, and congratulations to you. Mausi, let me come back to you.
Yeah.
You mentioned early on that 15 schools participated.
10 schools this time.
10 schools this time. What was the criteria for the selection?
Okay, so before I go that, you know, these young ladies work in a team and they have a patron. So if you like, there are 2 girls there, so they are Frempoma Oti entry. And then Abuajua, Miriam, and Sedu. So they work together as a team. So unfortunately, they can't come on set.
Okay.
And then they did a very good work. I'm sure they have other team members. They can mention their names later. The criteria is simple. Now, there is a rubric for selection. You'd have built your project. You've had people looking at your project. You've had a business plan. You've had a presentation. There's a team of judges that sit. Now, these judges are usually our sponsors or supporters. So we are looking at your finance. We are looking at your presentation techniques and etc. The whole thing is your project should be sustainable, should be scalable, and it should be environmental friendly. Of course, we are working around the SDGs, so you can't build a project that's going to harm the environment or etc. Now, prior to the event, this judging criteria is given to everyone, so you know how the boxes are going to be checked. Your presentation, is your project sustainable?
Yeah.
Is it scalable? Is it worth international, how do you call it? Anyway,
standards.
Exactly. So these are just the basic things. So you don't have to build a project that's just going to be a community A, and it can be scalable in community B, because if you look at it, the world's problem at A is affecting X.
Right.
So that's just it.
Beautiful. Now, coming back to you ladies, I see you brought a lot of things. Are these sands? I can see some things in the containers. What's this?
That's actually sawdust.
Sawdust. Okay,
Yes.
so what do we have on the table?
So we have this is a hydroponic system. That's farming without soil. So now what you see here is a growing medium for the hydroponic system. Definitely plants will need something to grow in. So we have plants with shallow roots and plants with, you know, deep roots. So the shallow roots use smooth one, and you can see a rough one across the table where the deep
there.
roots used.
Right.
Yes. So what we are trying to impart is that it's not always that we have favorable conditions. In the rainy season where we have communities that are like waterlogged, why don't we integrate this hydroponic system into farming so that every time we have food security?
Ooh, I'm impressed. Highly impressed. Adelaide, take us briefly. How do you do this? Just briefly.
Okay, so this is actually a do-it-yourself hydroponic system. And what we are looking at selling these products and also imparting people on how to make it so that we can spread the impact of it. So we have disposable cups. They
Which
have
are
been glued,
here?
yeah, they've been glued to the lid of the container. So that's supposed to serve as something like a soil profile if I'm likening it to the actual soil. Then we have the growing medium. The growing medium is just to anchor the roots so that the roots can come out of the growing medium into the water. Now, the water is where they tap in, the roots tap into the soil nutrients.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what is in this box?
All right, so this is a farm simulation. Now, what we are trying to achieve with this is that, you know, students don't really like agriculture. I'm a personal witness to that. And we are trying to provide a practical way for them to learn it. So if you have tech systems combining with the soil and your seeds are growing into seedlings, there's that joy that comes with, oh gosh, I've done this myself. So that is what we are looking at. We are sparking interest in the students to venture more into the agricultural sector, specifically farming, with this farm simulation.
I love the fact that I don't know what influenced your choice of projects, which I would ask you, but I like the fact that you are touching on agriculture, because in June, here at ChannelOne TV as well as City 97.3 FM, we had our business festival month, and then we talked about agribusiness, technology, the creative economy, and all of that. And some of these things were actually conversations that we had, greenhouse farming and a lot more. And especially now that there's a hike in price of foodstuffs, especially tomato, amongst many others. This is a beautiful one. I can, if taught, I'm sure I can do this at home, and I'll grow plants to serve for domestic purposes, right?
Exactly.
So what influenced your choice of project?
Okay, so our club is actually very, very sentimental towards agriculture, because back in Aburi, the rains are very, very regular. You never know when it starts to rain, and farmers really suffer as a result of that. So most of our projects are actually agriculture based. And the reason why we decided on getting all of these systems is we found out 3 problems in agricultural sector. Farmers don't really get that access to quality materials, such as seed varieties and farming equipment. Also, students don't really like agriculture. They find it difficult to study agriculture because it is too theoretical for their liking. Then business owners too have issues with trying to get that market range for whatever products they are selling.
Right.
So we combined software with hardware. So the key you see, the logos you see are actually the product. So we have the products divided into the software and the hardware. These are the hardware products of KEED. Now the software product is an app. So that app targets the problems of farmers finding access to quality materials and business owners widening their market range. And these are all for sparking interest in the students. So this actually is designed for students but can be used by everyone, the hydroponic system you see here. The farm simulation is also designed for students but can also be used by everyone. But we're looking at students more, so most of these things are tailored towards students. We have the Arduino systems over here. So for our real project, we are going to actually, this is a prototype.
Okay.
Let me specify that. This is a prototype. For our real project, we are going to have every single system dismantled. So we are giving you that joy of appreciating that I made this myself. So if you're able to get that feeling that this is something I made, then it means you're going to have that love and passion for it. So if you have your tech systems incorporated with our manual, which will be released very soon, and you have your plants growing in there, then it means that at the end of the day, you wouldn't find it so difficult to get your own farmland and then grow actual crops in there. Yeah.
Wow. You could see I'm beaming with smiles because I actually love this. I love it to bits, and I hope that other students will take a cue from this and get innovative and creative about, trying our hands on things and all of that, because it's beautiful. Confidence, let me come back to you. Now that they have won, what next?
Okay, so what's next just goes back to the conversation of money and finance. So, my boss had actually mentioned that I should thank our sponsors and our partners for just investing so much in us. It takes so much to transport students around the country just to Accra, to have mentors going to visit the school, or it takes a lot of money. So our sponsors, to Sage, 15th Sage, we thank you so much. And then before I go up to what's next, last week we had our board inauguration.
Right.
So we had all the big men who want to contribute their quota to the society. So for example, I will just tell you the names really quick. What's next is after every Sage competition, we have the winners just waiting for the global competition. Now, the global competition just this time is taking place in Japan. The unfortunate thing is our students are going to write WASI, but then they are going to participate virtually. And then after they participate virtually, which is just going to be the same, they're going to present the idea, or they're going to have, if you like, a business incubator with the University of Ghana Business School. They've been a very good partner with us. So they're going to have a business incubator at that time. And then when they are done, they'll go to UK for an industrial tour, because that's the exposure they want to have, and then have to know that, in fact, they are building a solution for a global world and not just for Ghana, or if you like, Aburi. So
I am happy for you, ladies. I am really happy for you, and I hope that you take this up. You don't let it end after your study in Aburi. I mean, do something with it, because we need people like you. I mean, the whole team, not to just the two of you here, everybody that had a hand in putting this together. I hope that you guys are able to do more of these, and then bring it back to Ghana when you go and further your studies in Japan or UK. You come back to Ghana, come and help our economy and the country as a whole. But what does the future look like for you?
Okay, so actually we are not planning on letting this die at all. So our company is definitely going to grow regardless of where we are. We're going to still find a way and connect so that we develop more of products like this, and even possible create more new products, innovative ideas that are going to solve the problem of students finding interest in agriculture, because we are trying to secure the future of food production. Because if you have everybody trying to do white-collar jobs, then who is going to produce for us? Exactly. So we are sparking interest in them so that they are going to get their own farmlands. And if I'm to say a rough estimate of 75% of the youth of Ghana create their own farmlands and then produce their own crops, it means food production is definitely going to increase, and we'll not find ourselves eating virtual food in the next 5 to 10 years.
Most definitely. What about you?
For me, I feel Ghana is one of like the countries that most African countries look up to. So why don't we start something that's going to like impart like that field of agric into most African countries. So first of all, we'll start with our country, making it you know, national here. Then when maybe a country like Kenya sees, oh wow, Ghana has done this, why not try this? Ghana has done this, why not try this? So that's what we are looking at, because our company is not a company that's just going to end after Sage. It's going to continue. And we are looking at partnering with many companies in Ghana.
Beautiful. Now, on a lighter note, how was the feeling like when you were declared the winners of this year's competition? Or did you know you were going to win? Did somebody tell you, whisper into your ears that, oh, they are tipping you for the winners? How was the feeling like?
Actually, no. Because when we got there, we saw like projects that were so huge, but we saw ours and we were like, oh, ours is so small and that. But we didn't lose hope, because we knew that we've worked hard for it. And it's how you sell it. Everybody is born an entrepreneur, but it's how you know, practice with it. So that's our progress.
How about you? How was the feeling like?
Oh, actually, I shed tears of joy.
Oh.
I did not expect that, because we actually could not finish our presentation on stage. So
But
I
you
was
still won.
really scared. Yes. I was really scared, because I thought that you have to finish your presentation to be qualified to win. So I was actually praying in my heart, and when we were declared the winners, I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
I can imagine. Now, before I let you ladies go, final words, any thank yous, anything you have to say briefly.
All right. So special thanks go to our patron, Miss Diana Rose Elomadon. She has been a great help with all of our projects, specifically with KID. Oh my gosh, we can't thank her enough. Also, thanks go to our future investors, our school management. I mean, if they didn't allow us, well, we couldn't have been able to know about Sage or even go for the competition. Yeah.
All right. Confidence, final words.
Final words. We want to thank our sponsors and then our supporters. Now, the whole thing is that not just Aburi girls were winners. So we had Ghana National too taking another position in APAM. And then other schools like St. Louis taking other tech booth challenge winners and etc. I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors, Center for Financial Literacy, Suku Technologies, Silver Star Tower, Myvin Foods, Kids at Home, AGI, and Japan Motors and Black Travels. They've been good to us, and then we appreciate them so much. And of course,
thank you very much.
People can actually donate to sponsor this.
Okay.
Now, in the next one, so it is National High School Entrepreneurship, gh.online.
Right. Okay. So we've been speaking to Adelaide Mantibia Manti, team lead Wigo, and then Wunam Abdul Aziz, also Confidence Mausi, who is the head of PR at Sage. Now we take a quick break at this point. When we come back, there's more on the show. Do stay with us.